It's good to see you. I hope you are having a lovely weekend and that you have nice weather. It's raining over here actually. I have had really awesome winter for, I don't know, several weeks now, and I had at least 3 feet of snow in my garden. But I think yesterday-ish, yesterday it started raining. So right now all the snow is kind of being packed together and there's no more snow on the road outside my house. It is now ice. Everything is just ice, and it's pouring down, and it's going to continue raining for quite some time. So I think the winter may be officially over here, even though it's really early. But anyway, I think we are going to have an early spring here, which I'm sort of looking forward to, because I can't wait to go into the woods and go running again. I love to run in the woods. I haven't done it since... Well, I went a few times last year, but last year was not a good year for running. In the winter, last winter was really cold. It was really windy, and there's a lot of ice everywhere, and I couldn't run in the woods either because there were no tracks to run on. Then there was too much snow, and so. And then came spring, which lasted about 2 weeks, and suddenly it was just blazing heat all summer in the 30-35 degrees Celsius, and it was so hot, it was unbearable. You couldn't step outside even. And then by August, when things started to calm down a little bit, and I was finally thinking, oh, at least I can get a few weeks of running in the autumn, my then boyfriend dumped me in a very sad, pitiful way, and I just kind of, I don't know, I just didn't feel like it. But now I'm starting to get back into the groove, and I'm kind of looking forward to spring. But it's not spring yet, it is still winter, which means there will be all the knits. Oh, who am I kidding? There will be all the knits even if it's spring and summer and whatever. You know what I mean. But what I can't do in spring is to wear this lovely sweater. This is my Riddari that I made. I made it in Latlopi, as the pattern prescribes, and of course being me, I had to go for some color, and I just love this blue color. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I'm realizing that I have to take the opportunity to wear this now while there still is some winter left, because this is a really warm garment, and yeah, we're around, I think we're even on the plus side of degrees right now, so it's getting warmer. It's getting warmer. I won't be able to wear this for too much longer, I think. So I'll wear it today. Okay, so what are we going to talk about today? Today is a special day for me. I will talk a little bit more about that in a minute. And oh, you know what? Let's just jump right into it. I'm filming this on February the 9th, and you will see this tomorrow, the 10th. But today I'm filming this is February the 9th, which is 14 years ago today. I became a mom again for the 3rd time and the 4th time. I actually had twins this day, 14 years ago, but they were not supposed to be born on this day. They were supposed to be born in June that year. But as it happens, it was acardiac twins, which is a very rare condition in which one child will not be able to live outside the womb and will never be fully developed. But it will kind of prey on the other child, which in my case meant that the other boys, there were 2 boys. The other twins' heart was supplying blood for both of them, and which meant he would probably die of heart failure in the womb if they couldn't kind of stop that connection between the twins. And long story short, they flew me to London to have this procedure done. That's how rare this is. The competency didn't exist in Sweden. So they flew me to London. I had an operation to kind of cut this connection between the twins so that I would have one would make it, hopefully. But unfortunately there's a very high risk of infections from a surgery like that, because you basically inside the womb, inside the amniotic sac, performing this procedure. They used laser and yeah, long story. And I did have an infection which led to premature labor, which led to my boys being born on this day 14 years ago. However, this was so soon, so early in the pregnancy. The acardiac twin, he could never live outside the womb at all, so he was a stillborn. And the other child, the stillborn, we named Marco, and the other boy, Oliver, he lived for about 10 hours. But he was so young and his lungs hadn't developed properly yet, and he couldn't oxygenate himself properly, and he eventually passed away also on the same day. So they were both born and died on the same day. Yeah, it's a sad story in and of itself, but I my grieving days, I put that behind me, and it is what it is. I'm okay with it. Life happens, you know. The reason I'm talking about this here was because I did, during the sock along last year, there was a theme one of the month, I don't remember which one, that said fraternal twins. And the thing about my acardiac twins is that acardiac twins are usually same egg twins, but I seem to have fraternal twins, which it was so rare. I don't think it was described anywhere in medical databases anywhere in the world of someone that had found fraternal acardiac twins. So I, of course, having had twins, having lost twins, they were such a rare thing as fraternal acardiac twins, I did, of course, have to make a pair of socks with my boys in mind. And I did intend to bring those today to show you, but it's been a rough week. I haven't quite had time to do all the things I needed to do. Among others, I haven't had time to clean all my knitted socks, so they're in the laundry. And I'm not going into the laundry to get them to show you, but I will insert a picture somewhere here so that you'll see them. And it's a very easy pair of sock. It's a basic sock pattern, and the picture, the birds on the pattern is not, it's a very easy thing to do. So I am thinking I will make that free pattern. I haven't gotten around to actually put this down on paper, but I will get to that, and I will make that a free pattern for anyone who wants it to download, and it will be available in my web shop. If you follow me on Instagram, I will announce it there. So if you're interested in having the pattern for those socks, follow me on Instagram, and I will let you know when the pattern is available to you. Speaking of free patterns, I think that's a perfect segue into my finished objects for this week, because I do actually have no less than 3 different objects that I have finished this week, which I am very, very happy about. It's been a good knitting week, actually. So the other one is this, and it is a cowl, very simple cowl, and just decorated with, chunk them together, with crocheted flowers. And I'm not sure what to call this, but I'm thinking something along the lines of a chunky boho style cowl. And I am going to make this a free pattern as well on my web shop. I'm hoping to get that done sometime during the weekend and have that up. And same thing there, follow me on Instagram and I will announce it there when the pattern is available for download. But yeah, I was craving something quick and easy, and I've been wanting to have more easy pattern, quick pattern, beginner friendly patterns. And I also want to have, I like the idea of having patterns that are free downloads, that are not paid for patterns. I like to have that as well. So I will try to have more of those in the future, but like I said, this one is coming up really soon, and I will also, as soon as possible, I'm going to get the fraternal twins socks up as well, if you're interested in those. I'm really loving this. I've always been kind of a boho style kind of person, but I haven't felt that I could kind of live it, properly for years, really, for several reasons. I've had jobs that haven't, I couldn't do that because I had a particular position at my work, or I couldn't, I had a lot of reasons. But now that I am kind of going in full time, getting my business up and running, and where the whole concept of what I'm doing is very much kind of boho style, gee, I really need to sit down and define that, don't I? I have to do that. I really have to do that. But anyway, I want to dive in more into all the cutter. What the hell language am I talking? Sorry. Oops. I want to dive more into colors and yeah, just, I don't know, really just get into it. I keep thinking, I always thought that I must be, how people feel that they are kind of born in the wrong body or something, and I'm not going to say that I compare myself to that, but there's some part of me that's always felt that I must have been, I must have been born wrong somehow, because I really don't like all this stuff that people my age usually like. It's just no. I don't know, maybe was I supposed to be a drag queen, maybe? One starts to wonder. Whatever. Segue, never mind. I love colors, and I love patterns, and I love going outside the box, and let me put it like this. The least attractive thing that I know of on a man is a man who wears a suit every day. I hate that. It is, to me, that is so unattractive. A guy that usually wears other stuff and for a special occasion puts on a suit, that can look really good. But someone that chooses to have that style every day, it's, oh, God almighty, that is so boring. I would never date that guy. Not in a million years. Never. So, yeah, I'm at the other end of that scale, basically. So, very happy about this. It was a very quick knit. It took me, oh, I don't know. I started it late one evening, the other evening, and I finished it yesterday. So, say less than 24 hours for this. Couple of Netflix movies, and it's done. And the flowers are very simple, basic crochet flowers. There's nothing special, nothing difficult. If you know basic crocheting, you can make this. You could also make flowers out of fabric and attach them, or I don't know, bows maybe, or you could embellish it any way you like. So this is a free pattern coming up, hopefully this weekend, but as soon as possible. So follow me on Instagram if you want to be notified about that. So let's see, next finished project I do have. Oh, let's see what. Okay, let's go here. the Stockholm hat, this one, and where I just couldn't help myself and I just had to cast on the yellow one. Well, ladies and gentle cowboys, the yellow one is done. I am very, very happy with this. In particular, I am happy about getting the cuff right, the brim right this time. I remembered to turn my knitting so that I have the right side of the brim out and the right side of the pattern. So, I don't know what it is. I've never been a huge fan of yellow, but for some reason I am very much feeling the yellow, or actually I'm very much feeling the yellow and the green right now, which is kind of odd. It's kind of, I'm more of a turquoise pink kind of gal usually, and black and white, but I'm diving into the yellows and the greens. So I got this hat, which I will no doubt be using a lot, because yes, this one is mine. I'm just going to, actually I haven't blocked it yet. I will do that as well. Did you just love how the how this comes together? I really love that. And also I did go steal matching mittens for myself from my old stash. These were made in 2014. So they are leftovers from a from almost 5 years ago. Which is actually, I think I mentioned that in not the last video, maybe the one before. Anyway, I did mention that I was thinking about stealing another pair, because the pair I've been using for the past 5-6 years is, you know, it shows they're still good. They're just not quite as, you know, crisp and all that as these unworn mittens are, you know, because I toss mine in the washing machine and you know. And the odd thing is that I had to move some furniture from the hallway into the living room. I had some shelving there with that holds all my yarns for my web shop, and I needed to move around on that, and I had my mittens on that shelf outside or out in the hallway, and for some reason, I have no idea how this happened, but somehow one of my mittens disappeared completely. I can't find it anywhere. So I don't know if they kind of fell down and came with the shelving inside to the living room and it tucked somewhere deep down under everything, and I'll find it the next time I pull out those shelvings to clean under or something. I don't know. It just disappeared. So I took that as an omen. So I have new mittens and I have a new hat. Yay! Very happy about that. I will probably also be using this one because I don't think I'm going to be selling this since I did fail with the brim on this one. So it'll be just for the pictures for the pattern, and I will be using that as well. This is a pile to be truly happy about. On to the final finished object of the week, which is I'm going to put them on actually. It is the Twinkle Knits from my Knit Crate yarn. And I really love this yarn. It is so much fun to work with, and it is really soft and nice to wear as well. And I really enjoy that subtle sparkle that is in it, but I'm still failing completely in catching that on camera. It's absolutely impossible. But it's still a pretty color, even though you can't see the sparkles. So now I already have the hat, which hasn't had a pom-pom yet, but I don't know, did I block this? I think maybe I did. So I'm going to attach the pom-pom to that, and the mittens are going to get some blocking as well. Hold it. No, you can't tell it sparkles. I'm going to finish, I'm going to block those as well. And I did in the knit crate I did get 2 skeins of the yarn, which is Uru yarn sugar worsted, something like that. And I did have to break into the second skein for when I did the mittens, but I did get to, let's see, I need to think, I think like halfway up, something like that. I did get and the first mitten from the first skein, so it's just a little bit from the second skein to finish the mittens. And there was also a pattern for a, oh, let's see, there you go, for a cowl in the same yarn and the same pattern, which I am also planning on making with what is left. However, I think I'm going to modify the pattern a little bit, because as you can see in the picture, it hangs quite low down, but it's not long enough so that you can put it twice around your head, and I want a cowl to be more close fitted, like this one. I want it to be more, an actual cowl. So what I think I'm going to do is to shorten the pattern a little bit and make it maybe a little longer and a little tighter, so that it's more of a fit, neck fit. I don't know, what do you call that? So that is coming up. I don't know if I will be casting that on during the upcoming week, but probably shortly. Like I said, it's a really nice yarn to be working with, and yeah, I would love to continue and finish the whole set and get that done. So there will be a blocking party at my house, I think probably later this afternoon or tonight, to get all these things blocked and ready. I didn't want to, I could have done it yesterday, but then they wouldn't be dry for today, and I really wanted to show you. So, okay, finished objects. Now let's move on to my half objects, which is really only one this week, and it is the diamond pattern socks, for which I do not have a sock blocker. Actually, I don't own any sock blockers, but I do have like these feet that I use for when I take pictures for patterns and stuff. Unfortunately, I do only have ladies size for those, so they will just, yeah, would just look weird. So I guess I need to get some sock blockers soon so that I can show you these properly. But one sock is finished. Very happy about how it turned out. And I have started the second one as well. I haven't come too far. I don't know, I had to redo the beginning of the pattern I think 4 times before I got it right, because I kept doing it mirrored. Yeah, I mirrored the pattern, and I have no idea. I did that 3 times in a row before I finally got my head around it and did it the right way. So I don't know what happened there. Like my oldest son used to say when he was younger, temporary retardation, probably. But now I'm on the right track. I am, like I said, I just started the second sock. Really feeling this project right now. And I am hoping to make, I don't know if I will be able to finish them. No, I won't. I won't be able to finish them until next time, but I'm hoping to make a proper dent in this project, because I have now chosen the yarn for this. Oh, before I show you that, I have to tell you, did I tell you the name of these socks? I don't think I have. I'm sorry, I need to put my glasses on so I can see what I wrote down. These, well, like I said, these are for my friend Jonas, and because he loves this yarn, and he has also named them. And they will be called Shine On You Crazy Diamond, which I think is an absolutely awesome name. So I may have Jonas name all my patterns from now on, because it's not always easy. And I like that. I really like that name. So, Shine On You Crazy Diamonds it is. And for the smaller size that I will totally keep for myself, I chose this yarn. Now this is a yarn from my own stash. This is one of the yarns that I did in the very beginning when I started dyeing, when I was practicing yarn dyeing. And I really love it. It has absolutely nothing with diamonds to do, other than it will have a diamond pattern. But at the same time, it's, I guess it's a bit boho. I guess that's what the word I'm looking for here. Anyway, it's really bright and colorful, and I can't wait to see what this will knit up like. Unfortunately, this is an unrepeatable of mine. It's a one skein wonder. I did 3 of these when I was practicing, and I have 3 that are similar to each other. So it has friends but no siblings, so to speak. So but this is totally going to be my pair of socks, and I do need new socks, because what I'm realizing, it's been kind of cold here. We haven't had like a polar vortex or anything, but it's been, you know, winter and kind of cold. And I very rarely put anything but knitted socks on my feet. I only do that if I have to, which means, as working from home now for a few months, I am wearing knitted socks all the time. So much so that I have worn out, I think, like 6 or 7 pairs, and I already had a huge pile of knitted socks that I have worn out previous winters. So I really need to make myself some more new socks. Of course, I do have all the pairs that I made last year during the sock along with the grocery girls. So I do have those, but I still need, you know, like I said, I wear it all the time. And but also I need to sit down and go through all of these pairs of socks and start mending them, because I'm not throwing them away. And I don't know, a lot of people just, you know, rip out the foot and re-knit that, but I think that's not necessary. I can fix a hole much easier and much quicker than the time it takes to make a hole in a foot. So I need to sit down and do that. Maybe I should do a video on that actually, and show you how I repair my knitted socks, if you'd like to see that. So yeah, I need more socks and I need to repair my socks. And yeah, very happy about the progress on these. Can't wait to have them finished. And I don't know if I'm going to send them to Jonas, or maybe I should try to go to Stockholm and have lunch someday, and that would be nice. Maybe I can do that later this spring. Okay, yeah, that is all I had for half-finished objects. I've worked a bit on those socks. I finished the Stockholm hat, I made the cowl. I have not yet cast on my new sweater, the one that was following the Israel that I finished last week. I'm kind of patting the yarn, just trying to I have a basic idea now of what I want to do, but it involves techniques that I need to kind of develop as well, or at least adjust to fit what I want to do. So yeah, I'm hoping I can cast this on in shortly. Let's say that, shortly. I would love to. I did hope to cast on last weekend, but I did also try to, you know, kind of pace myself a little, because I do have a lot of stuff on the needles already, and I have a lot of things that I need to finish. So I kind of waited, and I was thinking I would do it this weekend, but I don't know, maybe I will save it a little bit more before I start working on this as well. Because, like I said, I have a lot of things that I need to do. For one, I need to test knit the Biolana yarn that I got, because I'm doing a design for them. And I showed you last week I got a whole box of yarns of the Lana Mondials Biolana. I'm loving this color. I am so feeling this color. So I think this is going to be my base, and then I will make a pattern with the other 2 or 3 other colors. So that is prioritized this weekend for sure. I need to do that. But I also have a lot of other projects that need my attention in the near future. The tropical socks, I have not knitted on those at all this past week either. Last week I only finished the ribbing of the cuff, that was all. So I need to get to those as well. Actually, it would be preferred if I could have those finished by next weekend, but I'm not sure I will be able to make that. Something I have been working with, or on rather, is the knitted tights that I don't know if I showed you this. This is, I think, the very first project bag I made for myself. It is Winnie the Pooh, which I don't know, I loved Winnie the Pooh when the kids were young. I still do. Don't tell anyone. Line it with red and all. So, and in this bag lives the knitted tights. Let's see, there we go. Maybe I should turn it the right way. So, there we go. They are coming along. I am now to the point where I am starting to increase at the front and the back, because there is an amount of stitches that you will knit for between the legs, and then you will split and you will knit the legs separately. And my thought is that I'm going to have that done, the center part, so far as yeah, well, at least having started the legs before winter is completely over this year. And hopefully I will be able to finish them sometime during next winter season. So I've been working a bit on those as well, and yeah, I'm not sure how much I actually have knitted since I picked this back up again, but I think at least 4 inches since I started. So yeah, will be very exciting to see what this will be like when it's finished, and I am going to wear it for the first time. Really looking forward to that. Like I have mentioned many times now, I do have a lot of projects that I need to finish as well. I have ongoing patterns, and I have projects that are just things that I really want to make for myself. And one of the things that I have started a long time ago that is going to be a pattern release at some point is another edition of the architectural mittens, like the Stockholm mittens and the Stockholm hat and socks. In here lives a project that I started, wow, I think 2015, for Örebro, a different Swedish city. And I'm not going to show you too much, but I have a bit of a prototype here that I'm working on. I'm not entirely happy with it. I'm sorry, you only get that sneak peek. But that is something that is coming up very soon, and I will be making those mittens as well. And who knows, maybe there will be socks and a hat and things for that also. But I do also want to continue building on this concept of architectural knitting. And I want to add on more cities, or I don't know, maybe areas, or yeah. I have a lot of places in Sweden that I would like to portray. I have a lot of cities in Norway. I am Norwegian, so Norway is of course very close to my heart. And yeah, and in the world in general, I would love to try to portray certain characteristic buildings and maybe natural phenomena also that are typical for a certain area in a certain country or part of the world, or yeah, something like that. So I'm really looking forward to picking that up again and yeah, finish it. And after that, I really don't know which city to go for next. So if you have any ideas, question of the day maybe, if you have any ideas for what pattern I should make after that, let me know. What city should be my next project for architectural knitting? Let me know below. Yes, well, that's pretty much it for knitting related content, sort of, this week. I do have one more thing that I want to talk about, or want to tell you rather. Next weekend I will be attending the Sewing and Crafts Festival again in Stockholm. I did that last October and I had a lot of fun, and I met a lot of very nice, fun, interesting, inspiring people there. And I'm going again next weekend, also Stockholm, like I said. So if you are in the vicinity of Stockholm, come visit, stop by, come say hello to me. I would love to see you. I will be there with my yarns. Hopefully I will be able to bring some patterns as well this time. I think the majority of them will probably be in English though. I do have some patterns in Swedish if that's your preferred language. I'll try to have a few bits and bobs, and you know, I will bring my project bags and totes and all that as well. And if you want to, you can always, you don't have to buy anything, just come up, say hi. I would really love to meet you. So I'm really looking forward to that. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to stay at the hotel there or if I'm going to be driving back and forth. It's a really long drive, it's like an hour and a half. Which means I'm not sure how I'm going to handle podcasting next week. Because currently I'm filming the knitting podcast on Saturdays, and I am publishing that on Sundays, and I'm filming the sewing podcast on Sundays, and both days next week I will be at the fair. So not sure how I'm going to solve that, if I'm going to make late. The sewing video I can make still. I can film that on Monday next time and have it up on the Tuesday after anyway. It's a knitting podcast that I'm not sure. Maybe it would be fun if I could try to get some footage from the festival and add that in as well. And maybe I should, I don't know. There is a possibility that the next podcast will be delayed by about 24 hours. Let's put it like that. And again, I can post about that on Instagram and to let you know if you want a heads up on that. So yeah, that's it for me this time. Thank you very much for stopping by. I hope to see you again next time. And in the meantime, feel free to follow me on my other web pages, on my Instagram and so on. I will put all the links below here. And yeah, I will see you next time. Bye!